Hello. I'm working on this workshop on how to pitch with storytelling, and something came to my mind I thought I could share with everyone out there. I have worked so much in the Finnish entrepreneurial ecosystem, and something that I've noticed that is a bit lacking, and it's a cultural thing also. The fact that we the selling is not so much emphasized in Finland. One thing we have here is a lot of good products and services, innovative products that, if showcased elsewhere, would really resonate with someone. And this is something that we need to make better in terms of selling. Uh, we all sell, no matter what profession you are involved in. As a student, you're selling. As a worker, you're selling. As an entrepreneur, you're selling. So, no matter the profession you are engaged in, the ability to communicate effectively your product and service to the consumer is really important. And at times it's important and it's necessary to oversell. Uh, in this society, sometimes when you do that, it's perceived as fraud. But in selling, it's always emphasized to communicate it, communicate the idea, tell what the product is doing. Let your consumers see the other side of the product, see the things that it's doing, see the things that it's not doing, and see the possibilities that they could have by having that product in their hands. What am I saying? Selling is important. And that's why it's key when we sell to sell with storytelling. Storytelling helps us to print what our product and service is doing in the minds of our consumers. People at times make emotional purchases, and that's why we want to appeal to that emotion, which is really important. I have experienced in working in this ecosystem what has happened. When I started my consulting company, what I did was I made a list of all the companies that I was interested in their products and services because I know if I could just show that product to someone that is elsewhere, that they are really interested in it. For example, in the Nigerian market, there's a lot of demand for goods and services coming from Europe. I made a list and one after the other walked into these companies and said, you know what? I am a consultant. I can take your product and service and I would show it to someone out there and they would be willing to take it. Guess what happened? A lot of people were not interested in what I was saying. But that did not deter me from pushing because the idea is keep going, keep at it. And fortunately, a few doors opened. I told one of the guys I was discussing with, hey, if I could just show your product without even commitment to someone elsewhere, they might be interested in becoming your customer. And guess what? That made me a deal to represent an electronic company in the whole of West Africa. The key is this: selling involves you appealing to the emotion of your listener. It involves touching their lives and minds with stories, stories that resonate. And how do we do that? The workshop I'm preparing is targeted towards helping whether students, whether entrepreneurs, whether you are working, any trade you are involved in, as long as it involves communicating your product and service to the next person, you need to learn how to sell. And we can do that effectively with storytelling. Storytelling helps our message stick in the minds of our listeners so that they would never or they would hardly forget it. And anytime they think about that product, they can relate it to the story. And this is something we're trying to do through this workshop. Please join me in learning how to pitch with storytelling. We are going to highlight keys that are important in selling with stories. Why is storytelling relevant in today's market? Why do we need to learn that craft so that we can better our selling abilities? The link is below. Join me to find out more.